It's going to be a good time after tonight as well, because tomorrow we do start a little bit later. But it gives people plenty of time to get over their hangovers. And also, I think we've got an award ceremony after the next game, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And also, there's beer pong now.
Oh, there is beer pong. I might have to get myself on the beer pong.
Oh, you should.
I've still got multiple hours here, though, haven't I?
Yeah. We do have players now available and ready to walk in. So let's throw it over to our boys over in the stage, and we'll see them live.
Coming onto this stage first, currently seated first, and without a single loss to their name, give it up for NOOBPANZER! Following up is a team that has defied everyone's predictions and proving time and time again they have what it takes to be champions. Pepis Pizza Party!
I feel like going into this, NOOBPANZER is going to be slightly more aware of the nonsense and, like, in the nicest possible way. I feel like they might just not care. They're just going to be like, look, you know, possibly slightly more kind of unflusterable, if that is a word that exists.
It really feels like if you can catch out Pepis on their sort of misplays and the occasional over-aggression that they do engage in, then they do provide windows to take them down, right?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of whether or not you're prepared to deal with this, and the random heavies to mid, and the kritzes, and the spies, and all of the other stuff that they'd like to play with so much. Junu, I don't think we've talked about that much about him on the broadcast, but he's such a good sniper. And the occasions he's brought it out, he's been so lethal. I have to see if they're able to deal with it.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. Obviously, you know, Bagel being a very different kind of cop map to Viaduct, it's not nowhere near the same kind of beast in terms of, you know, your off classes and especially your snipers and things like that. So I feel like this is going to be a real benchmark kind of map. That being said, I almost feel like the result of this doesn't necessarily reflect exactly on the 5CP ones as well. Just because, like, we saw how that performance went in their game earlier, you know, incredibly strong performance on that. And then the second map, it was very, very different. But I guess we're going to find out pretty quickly because we're going to be going live here.
We are live. This is the upper bracket final of Dortmund 2024. We've got NOOBPANZER versus Pepis Pizza Party, and we're rolling out onto middle here. It's Joe early on with the spam, not quite connecting. The artist sitting back watching. This is what NOOBPANZER love to do.
Yeah, no one going aggressive just yet. Like you say, just trying to get that little bit of spam, try and take some buffs off people before possibly going for a bit of a commit. There's good cap time already from the side of Triple P, and it's going to be Hugo jumping all the way in, a little bit of damage, and then just flying away. Eon actually gets forced all the way back, so no heals coming forward at all. And as much as again, a lot of cap time, the RJ player down. Suddenly we see players moving forward, really bad health on the side of Triple P. And this is going to be, yeah, they're getting picked apart towards this doorway. Nice frag from Junie, possibly getting a second, but actually just gets caught out by Gazi, and this is being secured now for NOOBPANZER.
Such patient play from NOOBPANZER, sitting back, waiting, getting that bomb from Puck, and getting in, collapsing onto Pepis Pizza Party. Now they have control of the point. They're looking to extend their lead by pushing forwards, holding more aggressively. It's up to Pepis to try and break this. It's KN bombing in early, does manage to break the forward hold initially, but you see NOOBPANZER already backed out. Sitting back, spamming across. And this is what Bagel happens, right? Where Product is a much more aggressive map where you're constantly trading back and forth. This is a bit more passive, sitting back, spamming, trying to push on low health bars like we see with Ryan.
That is a good little start right now. Uber does get used on the side of NOOBPANZER, but they're milking it so much. That is Eon waiting and waiting and waiting, and this should be perfect right now. Junu wants this frag. Not quite combining onto Foxy just yet, but they will get it, and Barney wants to go in for more. So much damage in the arrow, and the saw out from Pickles. That is huge.
It's a nice, big 25% advantage here for Pickles, secured by that Ubersaw. Swapping off with the statue, you see most of the medics run nowadays. Instead, Eon caught a little bit between a rock and a hard place. So low. The pipes out of GG are huge. The health bars low for NOOBPANZER, but it's 3 down for Pepis Pizza Party.
Yeah, that is a real mistake on the side of Triple P. I feel like Eon was just not in the right spot. But we do see KN does go in, tries to do everything they can, but ultimately not going to convert to much. But yeah, one real key mistake And right now, that's NOOBPANZER with control of the point. Their spawn is going to be up in just a couple seconds. And importantly, that is that full Uber advantage.
It's Vanu up on the sniper. The angles on this map, I'm not too fond of them, to be completely honest.
He's gone. He doesn't feel it. He doesn't feel it.
We are instead just back to vanilla, and it's Juno caught out early there by the flank of NOOBPANZER. Gazzy and Ryan combined, playing so well as we're used to seeing from them both. Now one player down, makes this aggression in, back onto the point. So much harder. We're bombing in KN once again. Rocket not quite connecting onto the scout. Instead, it's two soldiers super close. We pick up one player, but we trade for another. And Tiram, he is caught on his own. In-house hits a beautiful rocket there onto Ryan. Gets cleaned up by Boxy. However, it's 3 for 3, and Eon is one of the casualties.
Yeah, once again, that is going to be untaken down. We do see actually Triple-B, they do manage to get control of this point, so it's not the end of the world. They will be able to tick down this clock just a little bit. Junie's just going in all the way, not quite connecting the shot, and takes Pickles down!
Huge play from Junu there, just going in and finding the shots when he needs to now. It was such a massive advantage for NOOBPANZER, and all lost it very, very fast.
It's so good. It's so good right now for Triple-B. All they need to do is play around their scouts. As soon as they come up, they can get control of things again. They will have that heal and that buff advantage and that Uber advantage on the long game, but ultimately right now, they're just thinking about the here and now. Can they keep control of this point before Ubers even become a factor? We do see Puck going for a deep bomb, gets right into the skybox before curving away, which does allow them just enough control over for it to get that capture now. The repush from Triple-B, they are taking good position, good cap time. That's nice and clean enough. Frag here to boot. If they could just finish off this one little soldier. Nicely done from Barney.
Puck.
Oh my God, they're giving Eon nowhere to go.
Puck and Gazzy combined for pixel perfect elimination there of Eon. Destruction there. Yak with a nice little pipe of his own, but with Medic falling, actually Pickles, he has to run a bit far back here. Sitting all the way in spawn, building up this Uber advantage, but it's the blue team with control of the point. The round timers are effectively even here.
Yeah, pretty much right now. This is going to be all on NOOBPANZER's ability to get forward. Obviously, for the point of Triple-B, if they can get some kind of force out and then maybe repush, that would be great for NOOBPANZER. All they're thinking about is there any chance we can get towards this point, maybe take it for free and then defend with our Uber? That's going to keep that clock ticking down, but only now they start to move towards point, and it looks like that beam is going to be far forward. They don't want to use it, they don't have to, but ultimately they will. Jumping forward is going to be Joe and the nuke combining onto all three players. Oh my God, what a bomb.
Destruction from Joe, putting up on his debut. A nice rocket there from Puck as well, cleaning up the scout, and this is a complete delayed wipe for the side of NOOBPANZER. That Uber found its mark perfectly.
Oh yeah, that was a perfect little bomb from Joe, and you can see them moving all the way forward now. This is going to be a crispy little forward hold. You can see 40 seconds left on the clock. If they can keep this forward hold going, they possibly could let Triple-B not even get out of spawn properly.
It is a slight advantage here for Pickles, but KN has found the way out of the choke point, allowing the rest of his team to slowly start funneling in as an early kill onto Gazzy as well. The health for NOOBPANZER not quite there. Instead, the cap is coming out for Juno. Sitting on the point for now as the soldier bombs up. Does not quite find anything. The spam being exchanged across both medics. Fall a bit low for now. Both of them are going to have Uber around the same time, but look at the round time as well. They're effectively equal.
It's going to get so close right now, and Puck going down is the last thing they want. So little health, and is going to get cleaned up. Traded out with Barney. So are the Ubers getting traded as well. We do see Junie trying to go for this little chase. Actually, good damage towards Joe. Not going to be enough, but actually the cleanup from the soldiers.
Tiram and KN, they combined for so many frags, and this is putting NOOBPANZER in a terrible position. 3 down with 10 seconds left on the point. They do have a bit of pity cap time. It's not the end of the world. They can get their players back in, but they have one last Hail Mary to stay in this first round.
Yeah, this is all in, all or nothing. Players need to start getting towards this point, starting to get some cap time. We do see both scouts all they're moving forward. That's a good frag towards Junie. This is actually good damage from Joe right now. Forcing all these players back, they get the cap. They do lose Ryan, which is not a great position to be in. They do need to heal up a little bit as well, but frags are starting to go
trading across.
way.
Eon has fallen. The scouts are coming in and cleaning house. Gazzy, he's on a 5k. And KN just 106 HP. He's not able to get onto the point. And that's round number 1 for NOOBPANZER.
Oh my God, what a start to this game already. The first round on Bagel going 0-0 on both sides. Oh,
that is such a good Uber there for Joe, just hitting everything.
That is one of those where you spot them from a mile away and you're just like, no, this is the time. We go, we don't wait, we don't play slow, we get in and you lock them out. That is such a good read.
going into middle once again. Are we in for another slow one? Last time, both teams taking their sweet time to sit back and feel each other out. It's the demos spamming each other out again. Soldiers just taking a peek of high ground, not willing to go immediately. Instead, we are just sitting back as scouts, trying to edge the point. Stickies are up on this left-hand side for Yak, and they are just going to get cleared away from Voxy. But instead, early on, it's a blue tap just coming straight in. The counter-aggression is coming out. Nice rocket there from Hugo. It's a deny onto a soldier as well. But look at the red health bars. Just not quite there. It's GG cleaned up by Junu. And I think the red team, they just have to back off.
Yeah, I don't think they have much of a choice with Puck going so weak there as well. Just only now getting a health back. McKayan kind of wants to go for more. Ooh. He's not quite connecting. Piggles actually is the one to get a frag there. Uber's actually getting used now by Eon, who went so weak. So they can be cleaning up these players, but it does look like Piggles has managed to escape relatively healthy. They want to go for a little bit of a repush right now. Both their soldiers will be up in just about 1 second or so, so they can start playing towards this point. The threat of the Uber is so important, and the bombs are coming in right now on the side of Triple P. They do get Voxy, but they're not getting the force they want right now. There we go.
It's a force coming in from KN, getting so far in deep. They managed to get through, clean up the demo as well. But this is exactly what you want as Pepis Pizza Party. Haven't even dropped control of the point yet, you know, necessarily speaking. It's a demo coming up, and now with this delayed cap as well, Ryan's going to spawn later. All of the spawners are up for Pepis, and they can just walk it right back in with their own advantage.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, we're seeing so many positions where Triple P are walking forward and actually getting a lot of cap time, sometimes entire caps, before NOOBPANZER's really able to react. It looks like Junior wants to do exactly that again. If they can get that for free.
Does not find the rocket. Eon is so low! And unfortunately, gravity means that he dies, unable to surf the onslaught of damage from NOOBPANZER as they sack everything for that Uber advantage.
That was almost such a good situation for Triple P. If Eon had just managed to beat, I don't know, 10 HP more in that situation, that would have been absolutely incredible for them. But now we're in exactly the opposite. NOOBPANZER has that full Uber advantage. They're able to start walking all the way towards point. Whether they can cap it from underneath them without using is another question, or maybe they're just going to see the opportunity to move forward.
Gazzy eating a rocket there in-house, but instead it's Junu traded across, caught out by Ryan as the Uber now coming out. 3 kills onto Yak and Tiram as well. Now, Vanu does not win the 1v1 as Voxy comes in and aids his German brother. And that is clean up city for NOOBPANZER, regaining control of the point, trying to set up this forward hold and eke as much time as they can off of this point.
Yeah, that's going to be their main goal right now. You can see 1 minute 24 left on Triple P. NOOBPANZER still has over 2 minutes right now, so doesn't sound like much, but it makes all the difference. KN once again going to be speed shotting through, trying to take some decent kind of position. Ultimately, not doing a great deal other than kind of forcing them back. I feel like NOOBPANZER doesn't want to overstay their welcome. They're very aware of how close to Uber Eon is, and they do not want to get caught by this.
This is NOOBPANZER backing up a little bit. Big 40% advantage here for Eon, but it's a Skazzy just right in and gets that Uber Force now. Let's see if they can do anything with it as NOOBPANZER run with their tail between their legs. They lose 2 for that Force, and Pickles has an Uber of his own. The timer is almost equalized. This is a soldier who barely lives, KN.
Yeah, this is actually not too bad of a situation right now. Like you say, Pickles just by getting his own Uber. Tiram will be spawning, maybe just about get to point in time for NOOBPANZER's repush, but this is not too bad. You can see Joe, you can see he's hunting out, he's trying to spot these hills, he's trying to spot all these different players. He's thinking, where can I go to? Where is my little opportunity to walk forward here? Vanu.
Oh,
hiding, getting it from behind.
Found a little hiding place. It's 1 meat shots, and that's a force onto Pickles. Nice play out of him. Gazzy falling as well. We're getting the trade kill onto Eon, and it looks like the blue team are kind of collapsing. They can't have the DM. Yak has to go in and try to salvage this on his own, but the pipes don't connect. Instead, NOOBPANZER are running away with this. KN, he cannot find the rocket. Instead, it's Junu there to clean Pickles up in the end. It's a wipe, but NOOBPANZER, they lose their medic in return.
I mean, they do. The situation right now, though, like Triple P, you can see that time is just ticking out 25 seconds only now, and NOOBPANZER starting to move towards point to cap because I guess they didn't want to delay anyone any longer than they absolutely had to. But the second you start getting here, it's a little bit of a worry. And you know how NOOBPANZER is going to respond? It's with a Kritzkrieg.
This is a very scary Kritzkrieg. You're betting all of your round on this as well. With 23 seconds left for Pepis Pizza Party, should this fail, it might just be round over. Already, lots of damage dealt across onto these red soldiers as the bomb comes in from KN and silences the crits. Now, only fragging class is left alive. Puck in onto the medic, does not hit Eon, but Gazzy does.
Oh my God, we are fighting to the bitter end on this. Joe is trying to do everything he can to try and deny this cap, but you can see, yeah, there we go. Caught out easily. Vanu had his number, took it down. Easy. We're gonna be back up on the critical ground now.
It's 5 seconds. Do they have enough time?
Yeah,
Ryan has the bomb onto this, and now the contest is coming out. Vanu hides, but Gazzy just clean two-shots him. Soldier up in the air gets cleaned up as well, and now 2 down for the side of Pepper's Pizza Party. NOOBPANZER have clawed back control of the point, but for how long? Junu is winning the 1v1, has to lose the 2v1. Puck comes in with a bit of an answer. This is double crits, 1 for each.
Oh my God, this is going to be a mess. We do see a very, very slight advantage for the side of NOOBPANZER. Whether they're ready to go off it, God only knows at this point. But this is the all or nothing situation, I'm going to be real, for both teams.
We are seeing the aggression coming out as Kritz comes forward onto Joe and snipes down Junu immediately. It's another soldier falling. KN caught out once again. The counter crits from Yak is trying to find any semblance of red and doesn't find anything at all but his own demise. Vanu, 7 HP, cannot hold on. It's Junu left alive. It's 20 seconds left on the board. He has time for his friends to come up, but they just have to send it in now.
Yeah, this is all about getting in, getting these hills. You can see Eon and Yak did spawn together, so they are able to start moving towards point. They kind of want to start tickling the point really now in order to keep some kind of overtime going, and they're doing exactly that. We do see KN taking a good position. That is a great first frag for Tiram, and is going to be backing out just a little bit to get some health. This is actually following up really well. Joe's gone down, Puck's gone down.
Everything is collapsing here. Ryan with a massive bonnet to Eon, and they just get the point cap, and that is Pepper's Pizza Party with daylight robbery to take us to 1-1.
That is disgusting. Literally took it away from directly underneath them. Literally, I believe there was about 2 players in the air watching them cap. And I don't know what anyone expected from this map, but yeah, this is going to be going down to the wire.
This has been very, very close so far. As we get ready for the 3rd round, we are paused.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit.
Take a breather, everyone. Take a breather. Take a sip. Take a sip every time your heart nearly skips.
How are you doing, crowd? Dortmund, can I hear you for a second? There we go.
It worked.
That's a much easier way to fill time.
It worked.
Just get them to respond to you.
You were terrified just then that there was going to be like crickets.
Happened to me before. Actually, let's do another thing while we're waiting. If you're looking for NOOBPANZER to take the dub, can I hear from you? Stop bullying me, guys.
There we go.
What about Yak? Who wants Yak to win? I called that about even.
No, not at all. Not at all. People love an underdog story. People love nothing more.
And they're taking it to them. They're doing a mighty fine job here.
No, they are. Straight up. I mean, this is closer than I think almost anyone would have predicted, apart from, I don't know, maybe the team themselves. But I'm trying to actually get a little nose. I'm not sure if viewers at home are fully aware, but with our position, we actually kind of see a lot of the players' screens. Kind of trying to get a little nose, see what's going on, you know? Is this a little tacky pause? I don't think there's anything technical. I don't see any of our technical gurus coming over too much. What do you reckon is going on? Just a little breather, a little tacky pause?
I think it might just be a bit of a tacky pause, to be honest. As all the NOOBPANZER players, at least, seem to be doing fine. No admins helping out the players either. So either this is a player crash, or we're deeply discussing Bagel strats.
I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like after that round, after the first 2 rounds, with things being so back and forth, you really need to take a moment just to have some kind of mental reset. And guess what? That moment's over, because we're starting round 3.
One medic still on that Kritzkrieg. It is Eon who believes in it. Yak unable to find much success with it last round. We'll have to see. These mid-fights have been quite slow. Should they be able to build up the crits and send it across, it could be decisive here for Triple P.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing another mid, much like the first 2, where both teams are peeking their product. They're getting a little bit of spam. No one wants to commit early. And we're seeing a lot of cap time on the side of Triple P once again. We do see a little soldier fight towards this left-hand side. No one committing too hard. Scout's actually running all the way in, trying to do everything he can.
The crits from Yak finds 4 as he destroys NOOBPANZER. It comes out. They're not expecting it, and it is a complete wipe.
Oh my God, the crowd erupts with chants of Yak, and this is everything Triple P wanted. They are back in the game, and with a thunderous applause.
Eon now still on the crits, and now the surprise is over. We know he's on it. He did not die. and it is already back to 60%. We'll have to see how NOOBPANZER responds to Soldier. Very aggressive is Tiram, unable to find much of anything. Gazzy peeking some stickies, just walks across, is completely fine, and now we're back onto the point. But look at the Kritzkrieg, we're building up to 90%. I think we just might be seeing a repeat as Gazzy goes in. It's a kill into KN, and now Puck wants to find the medic, doesn't get it. Joe falls as well. Kritz coming out, but there's nothing to shoot. Everyone is dead already. Eon falls in the backside. But I mean, Piggles lived.
Yeah,
70%.
I mean, that is true. That is very true. In all of that, yes, maybe Triple P didn't find quite the same success, but they're already a minute down on the clock, you know? Like, they're already looking in a pretty good situation. They still have control over the point, like you say. Pickles did manage to live there. They're on about 90% Uber, getting ready to retake this point, but I don't know. I feel like Triple P's going to be happy with that start.
Very, very good momentum swing for them. Clawing back that last round, starting off this round so successfully. Now a kill onto Puck, starts them off quite well as well. This time around, it is an Überfest now on to Piggles, but it finds everyone. It just Junu left alive, having to kite out on his own. Might not meet his end, as he is running away for his life. However, it is red members circling around him. He cannot get in anywhere.
No, absolutely not, and I feel like, yeah, it's going to be taking a moment to get connected with everyone, you know? Breathe just a second, because as soon as you do breathe, there's actually Soldier on the back lines. He's
It's so much damage. Ryan comes in, and it's complete cleanup here. 3 fall for the sides of Pepper Pizza Party. The bombs are huge. Yak does not find Pickles, who lives on 19 Junu now.
Oh my god, he wants
hiding in a corner.
You can see him. He's a sneaky little boy. He can hear these players. He can hear the movements walking all the way towards the point. No one spotted him just about yet. Oh! Gazzy's got his headphones on. He knows.
Managing to take him down. Junu unable to find the shots he needs in the time he was given. Now, it's a bit of a Soldier hiding in house here is Ryan. Seeing if he can go for anything. Instead, he finds a scout and runs away. Now, the rest of Pepper's Pizza Party are going forwards, but it's an early kill, trading Tiram with Ryan. Uber popped out of Piggles, and it's not finding much of anything. Gazzy. He's just in onto Eon, and he just hits 2 shots. It's all he needs. KN falls on the sidelines as well, and NOOBPANZER, I think they've woken up.
They have woken up. This is a little bit of a collapse from Triple P. They are not expecting this level of aggression from NOOBPANZER. The shots are being hit, but these positions they're taking, just getting that little bit more aggressive, you know? They're just saying, you know what? You're known as the aggressive team. What if we give you a taste of your own medicine?
Getting their own medicine. They are indeed 50%. 30% is the advantage here for Piggles. Building it up, sitting back, Tiram unable to go forwards there. As he goes into house, just gets spammed back out now. He falls, Gazzy cleaning him up on the flank. Has been imperious so far. Junu unable to contest anything as well. Now Ryan bombs in onto Eon. He's dropped down so low and has to back off. It's Yak down, and Pepper's Pizza Party are coming apart at the seams.
Yeah, they really, really are. NOOBPANZER is making such great use of this momentum. They now have their Uber. They are playing forward. They are going to be looking to try and just delay these players as much as they physically can. 45 seconds just coming up on the clock. They're going to be pretty happy right now. You can see Triple P moving towards this low ground, taking this position. Not a great deal of pressure on them right now. The sticky trap does take down Vanu, though, which just makes this that little bit more difficult. It does look like NOOBPANZER is actually going to concede the point, but now they go in. Ubers do get used on both sides. Players getting traded once again. But ultimately, this is going to be looking just that good bit better for the side of NOOBPANZER. Little 1v1s happening. Junu hitting some incredible shots, but not really able just to finish them up.
That trade just favors NOOBPANZER. They managed to wrest control back with a point, and they only have to hold this for 20 more seconds before they win this round. It is all on the side of Pepper's Pizza Party to go and wrest control back off this point. Tiram bombs in early, but it's the flank aggression coming in. Puck is just coming forward, and the combo is eliminated systematically by NOOBPANZER. No one lives. Tiram and KN are not there to defend. Just one Soldier trying to hold on, and he cannot. And NOOBPANZER, they're up 2-1.
What an incredible play on the side of Ryan. That's incredible. We're seeing the last couple seconds ticking down, and actually, they're starting the cap again. No, they're not done with this.
Production.
They're keeping on going, boys. We don't stop ever.
We're not even up 2-1. The caster curse is too strong.
You thought we were done. You thought.
I have no idea how they made that back eepily. I'm not going to lie. How did we do that? I was sure that was over.
We're rolling out fast. Well, we keep it on going right now. We do see 1 minute 10. This has to be a hell of a hold, I'm going to be honest, but they do have about a 35% advantage. Voxy here is trying to get a little bit of cap on. You can see how aggressive Triple P is playing towards the point. Losing any player is important. We're getting so much cap on from underneath them. They can't let this happen. Gazi does get taken down. He is the first casualty. Ryan stopping in once again. Not quite connected. Uber gets used. Flashed on everyone. They're trying to chase down all the way out to Pickles, but they're escaping the spawn.
Pickles has managed to run out with his tail between his legs, 80%, and NOOBPANZER. It's 40 seconds here for Triple P, and Pickles, he has an Uber to work with here. All of the players have spawned because they don't have this cap time. The spawn rate is so fast, 30 seconds. Tiram is hiding in house, and this flank is not going to work because he is going to back off, instead eating a bit of spam. NOOBPANZER looking to edge themselves on and claim this round that was stolen from them.
Yeah, we do see moving forward, not quite the jump on the side of Joe, but frags are all going the way of NOOBPANZER. That's 1-2. They do lose Gazi. Ultimately, it's so much better for them, and they're just going to cap it. There we go, finally. 2-1 for the side of NOOBPANZER.
Pepis Pizza Party making them work for it a little bit extra. I was sure that was over.
Yeah.
There's a reason I do that call. But look at Yak. He comes in, finds 3, finds 4, and he just decides the middle immediately.
Yeah, what a champion little play. But I'm going to be honest, right now, Ryan is making some impressive plays. He is really, really getting in on them.
Both medics are now back on the stock medigun. NOOBPANZER 1 round away from taking the first map of the upper bracket finals here. Pickles sitting far back alongside the rest of the team. Yak aggressing forwards, just shooting down stickies, not detonating them quite yet. But Ryan is in on the flank here with Gazi. Not finding any kills. Instead, he's going to be spammed out of house and ends up falling. Puck has to send in the bomb. Hits 100 damage onto Eon, who lives for now at 30 HP. And I think there's no more damage onto him. He lives for now.
Yeah, very, very calm mid there. Oh, I take it back. Gazi just walked. Gazi! Someone needs to stop this guy.
That's illegal.
We
have security outside.
I'm looking. Take him away. Go away.
Okay, there we go. Vanu seeks justice.
He's
cleans
on it.
him up. That was disgusting.
Oh.
But it is a ginormous 100% advantage for Pickles. As yes, Pepis Pizza Party, they did wrest control of the midpoint. But now the ×2 cap is coming in as Voxy starts edging over the point. Uber comes out, and Eon is very far forwards, gets caught out immediately, falls Junu. Not long for the world either. Yak has to stand on his own onto the point, cannot hold out for long, and GG just completely uncontested. Tiram is in with the shot onto Pickles, but his team is all dead.
Okay, that is one little saving grace there. We will see KN manage to get all the way out towards spawn. These spawners will come in just a second. Ubers, is there any point talking about Ubers right now?
We're on the crits once again.
Of
Joker's
course we
crits.
are.
It's coming out, so no, we can't really talk. Oh, we can. There's still one Uber left, but Pickles now committing to the crits. We'll have to see if Joe can find equal good success that Yak managed to find that last round. We are just bombing in our soldiers once again, trading ground slowly, seeing who finds the first opening. It's Tiram surfing out quite nicely, but a counter soldier bombing forwards. Ryan, so much space, so much damage, and that is going to let NOOBPANZER maintain control of this point as everyone going in backwards and forwards. No one is falling.
Once again, though, Triple P managed to get all the way towards point. They do manage to get that cap, and now, guess what? Baby, it's time for the crits. You can see Joe looking all that. Crits does get used! The first one takes down Judy, but the Uber gets popped on the side of Triple P, and they're just going to be chasing all the way down. Somehow, in all of that, Yak does actually get taken down, so it's actually a little bit scary. We do see...
Joe is unable to find much. Eon just living for now. The soldier finds one direct, but Puck unable to connect the second. It is an old adage in the annals of TF2 history that 200% times 0 is still 0. And that Uber came out just in time to counter the crits. And Joe unable to find much of anything. A singular kill from the crits. That's all that was able. And then just riding the Uber forwards is Pepis Pizza Party, and they clean up house.
They do. They really, really do. We do see a position right now where Roxy's moving all the way towards the point. Uber will be shortly in the hands of Eon, but it isn't there just yet, so they do have to be a little bit aware, a little bit afraid almost. Time is still ticking down for them. Don't want in too much danger around that. There we go. Uber does get used. They're trying to search all the way forward. Jumps are coming in. It will be a few players able to combine on. Gazi has gone down. And we do see the soldier just jump away right now, but ultimately, they're not going to be getting any more. That Uber's effectively been used just to push NOOBPANZER back a little bit and get a little bit more time off this clock. Now, Triple P, even though they have a significant Uber disadvantage, look at that timer.
This is really good for them. If they can draw out this Uber very slowly from the side of Pickles, force him early, they can hold on and get so much point cap time here. It's KN hiding in house. Is just going to back off for now because NOOBPANZER are looking. They're raring to go with this Uber charge that they have. Eon only 50% as Spam traded across. Barnu drops down low and has to back off. Now Puck is just going to be behind as the Uber popped out onto Voxy, but finds no one instead. It's a blue soldier coming in. Both soldiers bombing in from both teams and neither one connecting onto any frags. Just Tiram, just KN falling and Voxy cleaning up.
Okay, right now, I'm going to say it. This is a scary position for NOOBPANZER. 17 seconds are left on the Triple P clock right now. As soon as these soldiers come up, this is going to be a full Uber in the hands of Eon. They can push all the way forward. Any frags they get is fantastic. Even getting control of the point is fantastic. This is a real significant moment. They need to try and deny this cap or get some kind of force or get something, but Ryan just jumps in. He doesn't get anything at all. Gazzy does finally get this force, but you're trading two players and very much control over the point for it as well. Vanu does overextend just a little bit.
There's no time on the points. It's 14 seconds. Puck, he's in, but has to take this fight on his own. Does not quite find the rocket. It is Joe able to find that one pick, and now another successful kill. Voxy hitting the meat for now as he goes in. Eon actually taken down, and NOOBPANZER somehow, some way. It's Yak trying to go in, trying to find the pipe onto Pickles, does not get it, and it's down to overtime. NOOBPANZER now. Herculean effort needed to keep this point for 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, this literally does need to be perfect. Every time you've seen Triple P walk towards point and just get that cap, this is no longer acceptable. We do see these stickies take down Tiram. That does delay things just a little bit, but it's like a 7-second spawn, you know? They have time to play with. They do not need to rush anything. They could even wait for the Uber if they really wanted to, but I don't think they will.
Instead, they're just looking to push out. They need to get this force quick from Pickles. It's an early kill, but onto Vanu. The health bars on NOOBPANZER aren't that great, but Pickles is milking for so long, holding on. They sacrifice Puck, but that is the aggression shut down. They just run down the timer. We've run down. There's 1 minute 40 to just 1 minute.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good, but you can see right now, 83% in the hands of Eon. Ubers can come out here. Even if they can take a trade in front of the point on the side of Triple P, they can maybe cap behind the Uber. This is going to be all about NOOBPANZER denying position, and they're not able to forward hold. They are all the way behind the point. You do see this position being taken by Junu. Just trying to bait these players in. Good damage already. Anything right now would be great. Uber's getting traded. Going all the way forward, trying to get on to Joe here right now. Not quite connecting the shot. Does eventually get it, but they trade Yak for it as well. You can see Junu trying to put the entire team on his back, hitting so many pistol shots, and they're still getting the cap from beneath them. They're
getting the cap. It's just Ryan having to bomb in on his own. Vanu is 50, but so is Ryan. He cannot hold on. And Pepis Pizza Party, they're taking us all the way on map number 1.
Oh my God, that is 2-2, and every single round going down to the wire. It's all going to come down to this, and this is still only map 1.
We got 2 more potentially coming up. This is high octane as well. NOOBPANZER trying to slow this down, trying to take these trades. And they do generally, when they get to play the way they want to, are coming out ahead. But Pepis Pizza Party are just responding in kind.
I'm going to be real. This is something I've noticed at all times in terms of Triple P on Bagel. They are getting caps when they really shouldn't. They are finding it really easy. They play this map really well.
Have to keep playing it well should they want the victory. We are on to the last mid-fight that we will see. So far, all of them have been passive. This one looking to be no different as Puck just sitting in his own house. Gets a decent bit of spam onto Eon, dropping him low. So is KN rather now. Getting across onto the point. It's contested for both sides. Neither team finding much of anything here. Just spam being exchanged. Health bars effectively equal, except Dazzy now finds his respawn timer. It's Yak moving forward, doing so much damage to NOOBPANZER. Puck cleaned up as well, and this is a red team forced to back away.
Yeah, this is actually a really good start for Triple P. Managing to get control of the point and a late frag as part of that. It should buy them just a little bit of time, but they do need to heal up. Look at these blue players. They need to heal up and they need to buff up because they don't have long before NOOBPANZER is going to come all the way back in. Both teams do have the 100% Uber, so no shenanigans going on right now. It is going to be Voxy moving towards this point. Uber's most likely going to get traded right now. Does walk all the way forward. A slightly better Uber than the side of Triple P, but Voxy is doing a good job of getting these flashes out and is going to be backing up now. Tiram does lose their life, which makes things a little bit more difficult. You can see the position being taken all the way towards the point.
The health bars, they're just not there for Pepper's Pizza Party. They're cleaned up. Nice rocket from Puck as well, cleaning up KN, going in on the bomb. And this now, yes, it's even Ubers, but the kill advantage squarely in NOOBPANZER's favor here. They finally wrest control of the point. They're able to run down the timer a bit of their own.
Yeah, they're going to take just a moment right now. You can see Tiram getting some of this vision, seeing where these players are. He's aware of this little foothold. They can get a lot of spam for that information, but there we go, jumping on through, seeing what we can do. KN does bomb deep to try and see what they can do. Does get traded out a little bit. God. Okay, Varney gets an arrow. The soldier behind hits one important rocket. Is going to be surely cleaned up towards house. They cannot let Ryan survive right now.
He's just jumping away, somehow living, as now there's a second soldier spawning and he just falls. KN spawns at just the right time, and Ryan now is going to have to wait before he could do the same thing. 13 seconds on him because the point is capped for NOOBPANZER. It is Pepper's Pizza Party going in. Vanu dropping low. Uber traded now. Neither side really finding much of an advantage. Just Uber scouts staring, looking at each other, walking back, trying to get the point capped, but they just have to back off. It is Pepper's Pizza Party getting the control of the point. They just right back where we started. Spam being exchanged. No one had a decisive advantage.
What a game. It is still staying so close. The Rockets not quite connecting. And with Juno losing their life, there's so little health on the side of Triple P. They have to concede this. Surely, surely. You can see they really, really don't want to. But they just don't have the health. They can't take an elongated fight there.
Uber's effectively even. 10% is the advantage for Eon, and ultimately that usually tends not to matter on a map that you are trying to play a bit more slowly, like Bagel is now trades coming out in house, and this time Gazzy is sent to the respawn. Vanu falls as well, and now it's 2 down for the red side. You just traded 1.
Look at them. They're gone. They're so far gone. They're so far gone. Tiram is just peeking a little bit forward, trying to see what's going on, but this is actually such a great little position. I feel like every time one team gets this a little bit off the clock, it immediately goes back the other way.
We are just trading back and forwards, right? Taking these trades, getting control of a point cap, seesawing back and forwards here. Is GG now sending spam across the point. Uber comes in, out onto Juno, trying to get that kill onto Joe, and just barely gets flashed. But now the Uber onto Voxy doesn't find much at all. It is just Triple P maintaining control of the point. Ryan is in-house and he just gets caught barely. Nice little rocket from him, keeps him alive. Puck as well with another one. And now we are just still exchanging players. No one is dying. The health bars on both sides are so low. The rockets are coming out and it's just a singular kill.
That is insane. There's so much damage. This is so dodgy for Triple P. They need to try and back themselves up, but there's a hell of a distance to go. They lose 3 players just in trying to escape there. They do lose control of the point. Eon does survive, so guess what? Ubers are going to be very similar to being equal. Tiny little advantage here for Eon. Oh my god, it's going to come down to just another little quick push again. If they can get in fast here, they can possibly try and do something. You can see how close these players on the side of NOOBPANZER are playing. You can see Vanu really wants this. They've already lost 1 scout. He wants to go forward. So much damage has been taken. It's so dodgy though.
A bomb coming in. Ryan just manages to get the force. And this now, Pepper's Pizza Party, they have to convert. NOOBPANZER still in control of the point, still in control of an Uber charge. Tiram needs to get this bow, has to bomb in, has to make something happen with his soldier compatriot. It's Juno trying desperately to run back in onto the fight. Tiram bombs forwards. Pickles has lived for now, still has not popped the Uber. They give the control of the point away as KN bombs forwards. It is NOOBPANZER holding backwards a little bit, trying to heal up, but they have 2 kills to work with.
They do. They did lose Joe and all of that, who will be spawning in just a second. Does look like they want to recontrol point. Vanu does get in behind. The Uber gets forced. What a great little flank. Oh my days. Okay, they will be back.
But Yak. He falls in the meantime as well. You're sacking your demo for that Uber. It is fine now because it is a ginormous 50% advantage here for Eon, but he's going to have to make this one stick should Pepper's Pizza Party want to take the upset on map number 1. We are rolling down. 20 seconds left for NOOBPANZER, only 40 for the blue side as KN walking out of lobby here, getting towards that house. Have to see who finds the early kills. The timer running down dangerously low now for NOOBPANZER.
Yeah, no mistakes to be made here right now. We do see time on the point, so that we will be going to overtime, even if they don't cap it, but they do. Perfect little cap. They do not use the Uber. If they can possibly try and catch Pickles here, but you can see how far away he is, playing so far back with the rest of his team. This is going to be very difficult to get on him. 85% just about coming up. So this is going to come down to an Uber trade on point. Eon Still 74 HP. It is going to be a little bit difficult. They need to heal up just that tiny little bit. And now players are moving towards the point. Has to be pure patience. Junior does go forward. That is good damage. Trying to chase down the scout. Ubers are getting traded. It's going to be pretty equal.
The post Uber is just not that good for Pepis Pizza Party. They don't have the positioning at all. Instead, they're bunkered up towards the point. Boxy trying to edge it forward. A cap is all that he needs, but Puck is the first one to fall in the final fight. The point capture goes so low in the favor of NOOBPANZER. We enter overtime for both teams as Vanu does everything he can to hold on. It's 120 onto the first scout. Gazzy falls as now the second scout is a pipe onto Pickles as well. They're trying to hold on as Joe falling down low. He's desperately holding on. Vanu doing so much work. Yak as well doing all he can. The respawners are coming out and they're getting onto the point now. It is the red team. A rocket onto Vanu and he's jumped back. The point capture going so low. They try to hold on but they're falling. It's two players down. Everyone falling but it's red going down. Only Boxy. The timer runs out and Pepis Pizza Party are taking Bagel.
Oh my days, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. What an incredible map.
Speechless. They take the upset win against Skedda. We're quick to count them out in this upper bracket final, but here we are on Bagel once again. Now we'll have to see how do they respond. So close between these two teams. And these guys are ready for this upper bracket final.
Oh, they are. They are absolutely feeling it. You can see they are warmed up. They are ready to go. They are firing on all cylinders. Just the fact that that entire game, it was so back and forth. It wasn't even one of those games where you have one team get around and then the other team and then the other team. No. Every 30 seconds, it was swapping back and forth. That was genuinely insane. Here we go, baby. This is going to be map 2, Triple P versus NOOBPANZER, rolling out here on the Snakewater.
It is Yak entering in victorious on the last map. Now, early spam sticky, not quite meeting its mark. On to Joe. Both of the demos living for now. Soldier, it is Puck rolling out quite passively here on to Catwalk. Not willing to go forwards. Instead, it's Soldiers trading across, sitting onto Hut. And it is, as we predicted, spam being exchanged across. And now Ryan meeting his Roma match in Cafe, and a rocket from him and Gazzy combining once again. And that is just Pepis Pizza Party. They are forced to back out, losing 2 as Juno falls as well. And NOOBPANZER, they're looking to push the agenda, and they're looking to go all the way in onto second already.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan really overstaying his welcome, but managing to live. And this is so crucial. I really do believe that late frag onto Juno is going to be so important for NOOBPANZER. That basically is what allowed them to surge forward and take second for free right now, as opposed to just forcing Triple P out a little bit. So now, that second point is going to go the way of NOOBPANZER. Ubers are exactly equal. We do see an early soldier bomb all the way in, but guess what? Yeah, there's a level 1 sentry there, and Ryan is going to find his way into the spawn queue.
I love the theory behind a super early sack. The earlier, the better, right? The less of a chance there is of that sentry gun completely shutting down your play, unfortunately, for Ryan. Not quite in time. Level 1 was up, denying him basically on its own. Now Juno is up on the sniper. We spoke about this a little bit in the pre-game, but this guy can be so deadly on this class. He's going to rotate back to spawn, get onto the spy class, just to make sure no funny business going on for now.
No, and there will be no funny business right now. We do see Juno back up on sniper. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, Voxy did spot him before. It's not going to be too surprising to see a defensive sniper here, especially with how difficult it is to actually push out on Snakewater last. So, yeah, it isn't going to be surprising to anyone right now. They should be playing around these angles. The first shot doesn't quite connect, so if they wasn't 100% sure before, they will be now. These players are looking to try and take lobby just a little bit on the side of NOOBPANZER. Like we said, there is a sentry up right now. This is going to make this just a little bit more difficult.
Very hard to deal with this sentry gun. One soldier just bombing in straight through, sent into the stratosphere as Ryan, and unfortunately unable to do much of anything. Vanu just keeping that sentry gun very healthy. 2 soldiers down now for NOOBPANZER, prompting a bit of aggression here. Juno with a very aggressive peek. Stickies are up on that door. He just barely sees the unusual, but not the head itself. Now, Scout is just in. Gazzy ones forwards, and he takes down that sniper.
Oh my god, that was such a scary moment there for Piggles. That was absolutely terrifying. I feel like just a pixel away from possibly getting that shot, but ultimately it didn't happen. So There we go. Tiram is looking towards the lobby. That little bit of info is actually going to make things really, really useful. Puck is all the way on the right side and should be losing his life pretty shortly, but actually the gun's gone down now, which does open things a little bit up. Oh my god, Kayan and Tiram combining to make such a play, and they want to surge all the way forward. Tiram pushing these players out. What a rocket onto the scout, and Judy keeps on going for more.
It's the heroics coming out of Pepis Pizza Party. KN, we saw the air shot as an outline, but it was disgusting coming in onto that enemy soldier. Tiram does one of his own onto the scout, and now it's even Ubers.
Oh, Vanu. Vanu's starting the funny business right now, okay? This is the team known...
Look at the sentry. Is it choke?
It's known for some of the funny business. Oh, yeah. It's all the way towards choke.
He has crits.
Oh, my God.
He's in. Trying to get the shots, and he doesn't find them. Pickles just dodges it, and Vanu, I love that idea. But it just doesn't quite find its mark. Now Tiram in onto Kitchen, falling as well, and it's 2 kills for NOOBPANZER, looking to go forwards onto grass. That's another hider.
Okay, thank God the gun does get taken down. They can hear the beeps, they know what's going on. This is going to be NOOBPANZER regaining control of the second point.
Getting control of the second point. No picks to work with, but even Ubers throughout that entire sequence of events. Now Puck, fast speed shot, straight in onto the medic, hits 1 rocket, does not quite find the second onto Eon. Eon still 80% as Puck manages to go in, find the demo, the Sectricon dead as well, and this is opening the door for aggression. Eon, he falls Ryan. It's his debut, he does not miss.
That is absolutely wild. You can see all these players on the side of NOOBPANZER. They are so careful not to lose their head right now. This is a golden opportunity. You can see how far back they're playing. They're saying, whatever happens, we do not get forced. We do not lose a key player in some stupid little move. And they've managed to survive this little bit of an onslaught. Pickles is checking every little direction. Right now, his head is all focused on one thing. Do we get these buffs up? Do we get these heals? Is there some kind of off-class like the sniper in the hands of Juno, who is looking towards his right-hand side?
Anything in Junu's head is the head of Pickles as he is scoping forwards, sees an Uber coming in, Tiram falling straight away, Sectricon soon to follow here. Gigi now looking, sending stickies across as no further kills have really been found. The counter bombs are coming out. Ryan is getting the kill onto Yak, and that is a clean round victory for NOOBPANZER.
Yep, that was clean and it was clinical. That is exactly the kind of push that you want right there. That is... It's one of those moments where you work so hard to get into that position, and all you have to do is just actually make it work. Ignore the graphics on the screen, it's fine. It's fine, our boys have got it. That was a round to NOOBPANZER, and we're going to be taking just a little bit of a moment, I think.
We just paused for a bit there. Tech issues hopefully resolved as we are going back onto middle. It's GG rolling out Saw. Standard demo man to play for now. Even Ubers on both sides, of course, as the round has just begun. Spam exchanged across. No one finding anything yet. It is just soldiers rolling out on that catwalk once again. Neither team willing to be the first aggressor quite yet, but it's a lot of damage onto Pickles early on from Yak, and that's a really fast bomb from Tiran. Trying to come in and collapse, but Boxy's just there to clean up. Now Eon falling in the meantime as Gigi and Puck, Ryan as well, all fall. And yes, they get the medic kill. Pickles is alive, but that is 3 healthy blue members trying to get in onto the enemy team, who are far away.
Very far away. We do see Ghazi on a little bit of a mission right now. Is going to be just behind them, trying to see who's available. Anyone towards the point? Any little 1v1s? Oh, maybe.
He could have gone anyway. He was definitely spotted there. You do see both the scouts trying to go in, and he's just sat in the corner, shut down by Juno and Ghazi. Unfortunately, this time around, his efforts are not successful, but this is still a massive advantage here for NOOBPANZER to work with. 100% for them. Pepis Pizza Party wanting to get this force out early, and Voxy actually dropped from the Uber. They tried to go forward to get this trade, and it's going to prompt NOOBPANZER to walk back because there's a flank coming in and choke. So much damage here on to Ryan, 4 HP, as Tiram is just going to end up falling on grass.
Are you sure about that?
Why is he alive?
Are you sure about that? That is an escape, and I do not believe that should have been allowed. Yeah. I'll be real, but I mean, okay. In all of that, the end result is NOOBPANZER still has their Uber. They are going to be chilling on their own second, but Pepis Pizza Party do have their own Uber now. They're going to be in a position where it's a little bit easier for them to try and do something here. Going from mid onto second is a good bit easier because you actually have some options, whereas second to mid is a little bit of a difficult one. I'll be honest with you, KN getting aggressive, a full 300 buff, going to be jumping forward. Good little damage on that scout, and he's found himself a little bit in a death pit.
It's a lot of players being traded across, but Joe, crucially, the one to fall on the side of NOOBPANZER. That's no demo. If they did not lose those two, Juno and Tiram, they probably would have tried to make something happen instead. When you're two down, Pepis Pizza Party just not willing to risk it 100%. Both medics will have to see if any funny business comes out. And it is Juno up on this sniper, looking for a bit more success than he had on last.
Yeah, and there's always some good opportunities you can do here, possibly some long sightlines or just scout playing on the high ground. Even just forcing the scout off that high ground does open a lot of opportunities for your soldiers as well, so it can be used as a zoning asset as well as just pure damage and that pick class potential. So you do see some of these long angles being played. Should be aware of quite where to expect people. Obviously, even just seeing these projectiles does give you that little bit of info of what people are looking at, but Juno wants just that little bit more.
Peeking in through window, hoping to find some kind of a medic, but Pickles sitting close to Saw means that the snipe, it's actually much harder. Juno has to walk out because the spam is quite difficult to deal with as that sniper window unsuccessfully peeked. Now, instead, the call has been made. Pickles sitting around Saw, just peeking in through Cheese, doesn't quite find anything, looking, rotate over to the window now, he peeks. Hedging forwards, finds a soldier, 150. As the Ubers pop from both sides, the trades just come in, and Yak is dropped from the Uber. A lot of it spent from the side of Eon, keeping the sniper alive.
Yeah, this is really, really difficult. You now have a sniper in a situation where you really want to fight and you do not have a demo, so this sniper really has to manage to do something. Tyrion with that first shot, oh, just about managing to avoid it, but ultimately these frags are looking so good for NOOBPANZER. They've taken down Eon right there. Barney's trying to make a little hero play alongside Juno, not quite connecting those shots, somehow living way longer than he should. And it's all really on Tyrion. It is Yak, this spawner. Tyron's just going to try and get out, possibly, no!
Unable to find the rocket there. Yak now up, just stickying off his lobby there. Massive advantage. Piggles, 70% here, and the players just not up to deal with it. Instead, Vanu, Engineer, looking to build up a gun to try and hold this last. They are facing a big Uber advantage push here coming out of NOOBPANZER. Last time, able to play it quite well. Juno up on the heavy this time. Yeah. GG looking to take this towards Shutter. The Ubers popped straight through onto the gun.
Yeah, it is getting denied a little bit through the Shutter just from that little poorly placed jump, but ultimately Sefji's going down. They are now focusing the heavy. This is great damage from Joe. So much cap time as well. And that's going to be it. NOOBPANZER 2-0, making it look just so easy.
Such a clinical push as well, taking down the sentry gun. The point presence just not there for Triple P. And NOOBPANZER so quick to pounce. Collapse on that advantage, getting that point cap. And yes, the players were up, but they were nowhere near that point. And now, up 2-0. And NOOBPANZER falling on that map number 1, looking to take us to Metalworks. They're looking pretty clean. This is 2 rounds in just 11 minutes.
Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good for them. They're starting to build up this little bit of a buffer, which is so important in terms of confidence and in terms of how you're playing the game. So, third mid, they're going to want to do something very similar. But this time, the soldiers on the side of Pepis are going to be going in so early and doing such a fantastic job. That's already so much damage. They've taken down Pickles. Eon somehow surviving. 17 HP, but Foxy's still going in for more. Somehow surviving. Juno with these clean shots. What a mid, they are back!
Eon doing such a good job there to stay alive. Juno with the cleanup. And Pepis Pizza Party, they commit everything in onto Pickles. They find the demo kill as well. And now 90% to work with, coming in onto grass. And they're not done with this map quite yet.
No, absolutely not. This is such a good position. They can move forward, take second. It's enough of an advantage to keep going, but they can't wait too long. 50% already. On the side of Pickles, there's a sniper to deal with, there's an engineer to be dealing with as well. There's a lot of things to be getting through before you can get towards last, but this is absolutely doable. Getting around on the board here for Triple P is so important, but they cannot wait forever. 75% now on Pickles. This is real important push time right now. Uber does get used towards Shutter. Foxy is trying to get a last little unflashed player there, but Sentry Gun is going down. They're trying to play towards point. They can see Ryan all the way towards the floor. They are starting to lose just a few different players. Uber's now getting used just a little bit too slow, and now this is going to be all on NOOBPANZER, trying to clean things up, and they will.
There's one player hiding in Vanu, unchecked for now.
Oh no.
Gonna have to see if they're able to hold him off, sitting, biding his time. There's no one there. I think he was spotted. He's just met by 3 different NOOBPANZER members. I like the idea. Unfortunately, unable to convert the round, and NOOBPANZER, they just barely hold on. Equal Ubers here, but the player advantage for the red side. Coming in on into second. It's one bomb from KN in onto Piggles, and he just barely lives. Secondary bomb.
Oh my god, these rockets are pretty insane, but ultimately, they're not combining to actually form a frag, and now, the situation you've ended up in is having no soldiers at all. They don't even have an Uber in the hands of Eon, and they have a sniper as well. If NOOBPANZER can just force their way in and take some of this position, it's going to be so good for them. The Uber is now in the hands of Eon. They can afford to go aggressive whenever they do want. It's still only 80% on the side of NOOBPANZER, but Puck going in is going to be forcing it off. You can see Piggles getting towards this choke point. The scout did very nearly go down, but that is actually exactly what NOOBPANZER would have wanted. Just literally trading that one soldier for the Uber is fantastic. He's going to be up in about 6 seconds, and the repush will be on.
Triple P unable to find anything with their Uber, trying to go forwards, but NOOBPANZER too quick out of a saw. Now, Uber advantage of their own to work with. The Triple P backing off to middle here. As the Uber's just coming in from Saw straight away. Joe is in, trying to find a lot of damage, and it's cleaned up by the rest of his team. Eon fast to fall. Tiram wants to go into the back lines. KN is in, does not find the rocket onto Yak, is falling, and Puck is up as well. Just Juno, 25 HP, forced to back away, and that is NOOBPANZER, which are with a much better re-engage.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the entire idea about Uber. It was all about getting forward, and that zoning damage and positioning from Joe there was so important. Even without actually fragging the medic, basically secured that there was no way Eon was getting out of there. Combining with the rest of his team to secure these individual frags one by one, really clean. And it's those type of situations is how you win rounds. You know, you get one advantage, and that builds onto another, and that builds onto another, and before you know it, you're knocking on the door of Triple P's last with an Uber advantage once again.
Juno Sniper seeing a lot of invincible players at the moment. Heavy still in spawn. Has right now Joe just putting on stickies onto the points. A lot of cap time. The bomb comes across from Puck. KN cleaned up as well now as Voxy does fall, but so does Juno. It's trades across, but just one Demo Man. It's his own team, but he can't keep it up. Against 3, the sword is not enough. Joe has guns and explosives, and he's going up 3-0.
Oh my days, NOOBPANZER, they have woken up. They are feeling alive right now, and they're going to be so happy with this. You can see great little moments from multiple different players there. So unlucky with that shot, so close. But yes, here we go. That's the jump forward. It's just securing so many frags combined with the team. That's the kind of team play that we were expecting from NOOBPANZER. And you know what we get? You know what Yak teams give to you on land? They give you a little bit of spice.
Getting a heavy to mid. It's going to sit back, and that means that the pace of this mid probably be slowed down as much as Triple P can, as this Golden Tommy's lab will just sit back and wait for opponent soldier bombs. No aggression to be expected whatsoever from this blue side. Now it is NOOBPANZER taking a bit of height, but as soon as they take it, it's just a heavy shooting them across this point. So much health to deal with. So far, they're sitting back, relaxing, not going in quite yet, spamming down this heavy who's unable to move that much, and they're trying to pick apart these other players because Juno is falling quite low as the bombs are coming forwards. Early kill onto Gazi, but traded immediately onto Tiram instead. It's the heavy still trying to desperately barely inch forwards, and he's not able to. Instead, it's KN falling, and now it's 4 players up. Make that 3 as a pipe from Joe cleans up Juno, and that heavy, it sits back, doesn't find anything. Now he's close. He's coming in onto the demo, and he just falls down. And Ryan, in the meantime, is just in onto Eon.
Yak is in. Yak is in. He's getting nothing. Good effort.
He saw the play, but unfortunately the scouts on NOOBPANZER just a little bit too strong here. Was so close on Bagel, but this time around on Snakewater, it really feels like NOOBPANZER just a step ahead every single part of this map. It feels like they are just a bit more in control. Now another uber advantage for them to work with here. Junu, sniper. Once again, the last couple times he's been staring at invincible players you cannot harm. Once again, this time, the shot misses, rings hollow as the sentry gun falls. Ryan is going to fall down early here, coming in onto the fight, but it's very low health bars on the blue side. Sticky's traded across on the point. Everyone is quite low, and it is Puck trying to go in, hits the air shot onto Yak. Eon falls as well. Just 2 players holding. Buxy's quite low, but they're not in. Joe has to wait for a scout to reconnect. This soldier is too low to rocket jump. Just 1 scout. Vanu wins the 1v1 versus Voxy. Joe, can he hold on? It's a medic coming in. From Pickles. It's a 4 kill for him, and it's 4 rounds of the board for NOOBPANZER.
Oh my god, the crowd and Pickles go crazy. Absolutely loving that. You know, sometimes when your team can't get it done as medic, you just gotta get it done yourself.
You have to remember that sometimes the medic does damage as well, and there, Vanu, valiant effort. Fortunately, unable to convert. Now, NOOBPANZER, they're up 4-0.
Yeah, nah, I feel like they're pretty happy right now. I feel like they're starting to feel themselves. After that first map, maybe they were starting to doubt themselves a little bit, but now they're like, no, we are the NOOBPANZER that everyone knows and loves. Yeah, they are firmly in the driver's seat of this game. Did Triple B have anything to bring to the fight right now?
Tiram attempting this kitchen mid on the enemy side, but he is quickly spotted out by both sides. Hit some really nice rockets there onto Voxy now. It's a second scout coming in, Vanu finding early kills, and it's 3 down here for NOOBPANZER. Not much to be said of this mid fight at all. Forced to back out. Pickles is up for now, but this is 3 versus 6. They cannot hold on to second.
No, and it's actually Ryan going to go down right at the end there. It is actually potentially a little bit of an opportunity. If NOOBPANZER want to try start moving towards last a little bit early, maybe send some early sack, like we said before. It is great to try and get in before there's a real gun setup, but at the same time, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just a little bit, I don't know, maybe they're just not sure.
It's 100% for both sides. Yak dropping dangerously low there in drop down, but is cleaning up Ryan now. KN going in aggressive. You want to get this force off onto Pickles. It's early point pressure. I love this aggression coming in. Maybe unexpected as Gazzy ends up falling as well. The Uber comes out for both sides, now traded. It is Vanu eyeing up this low demo man as the soldier bombs in onto them. However, it is just Joe falling. Yak, it is a lot of point capture. Puck trying to find some rockets. It's Pickles falling. The heavy is up, doing his damnedest to keep his team in the round. Eon forced to escape. 1 kill onto Puck in the end is all he can find, and he's going to escape with his life. But the Ubers are even, unable to convert that push.
You do say Ubers are even, but actually I see about a 20% advantage here, because Pickles did go down within all of that chaos. And what is Pickles doing on the old defense? He's whacking out the defensive crit. So basically, Ubers will be about equal. I don't know, man. I feel like defensive crit streak, it's always a brave one. I'd love to see it, but it is a brave one.
Gonna have to do something. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm trying to draw up the play in my mind, but it is just gonna be invincible players coming through. They know they probably just don't have the time to build up the Uber advantage build up the Uber charge rather of their own. So instead, they're gonna bank on a crits coming in the post Uber. They're waiting for Triple P to push in through the shutters. It is just coming in onto Yak. Gets spammed out initially here. Sentry gun being taken down as well. And now Kritzkrieg 100% is GG walking forwards as Joe is going to find one. It's a reflect kill from Gazzy onto Yak. And the Kritz laser beams from the heavy does so much work. And the Kritz is so successful. It's a complete wipe for NOOBPANZER.
I take it back. We couldn't work out what the play was, but the play was the laser beams. And what a dominant way of holding last. Oh my days. And you can see as well, what is Pickles on right now? That is a regular medigun.
KN, in the meantime, is on the spy. Pickles obviously able to walk back into spawn almost immediately. As soon as that crits was used, he's dropping down, and he doesn't get the stab. Instead, Pickles farming a bit of Uber charge. This is a massive advantage here.
That's kind of a massive feed. I'm going to be real with you. That is a massive feed. That is 50% extra Uber charge. And that is a real moment where you're like, oh, have we just thrown this round away?
It's really hard now. Pepis Pizza Party, they have to back off here, wanting to try and get this force. As Tiram, who is in, unnoticed in kitchen so far, but NOOBPANZER, they know they have an advantage. They're just looking to push this. One scout is just in on top. Tyram now is just in onto the medic, finds 2 rockets, and that's the force coming out. Huge heads-up play by the Blue Roamer.
Yeah, that is a really, really good force. They're so far back all the way towards choke that now the Uber's fading just there, starting the cap point. And you can see Triple P doesn't really want to let them get control of point. They do now just only get the Uber. Yak is going down, and that's so difficult. The Uber's actually getting used to chase players towards lower, who Junu isn't even finishing up right now. Eventually manages to take down Gazi. But it's actually not a great situation. NOOBPANZER does feel like they're overstaying their welcome just a little bit. They might really be having difficulty, but then Puck just jumps straight in and takes down Eon.
It's a saving grace at the very end. Only Voxy alive here for NOOBPANZER. Now in Soul. He's 1 rocket to the face. He's going to have to dance around coming into choke. And he just gets that kill! Dude. 2 meat shots in 2 seconds. And KN is all the way back to spawn.
I would be so angry if I was KN right then. I'd be like, what is the point of me in this game if Scout can just jump through on like 0 HP and just 2-shot me? God, this game is something, and you know what? It's not going to stop. With 6 minutes 50 left, and you know what? Both teams are on. They're only on a bloody Kritzkrieg again.
We are nearing... Let's take the wind out of our own sails a little bit. We are kind of nearing a bit of garbage time here. It's 4 rounds in 7 minutes. Hasn't quite happened. I've never seen it happen before. Right now, it is just NOOBPANZER looking to be a bit in the driver's seat. Ryan is going to bomb forwards here. Junu trying to hold on, but not able to find much. It's just a kill onto Eon before the fight even starts. It's already all members dead on to Pepis Pizza Party. Just KN and Yak left alive. KN 60 HP. Yak not far behind here, trying to get the spam across, but now the KritzKrieg is almost ready. And Joe, I think he fancies himself a bit of a frag movie here.
He's just like, you know what, boys? I reckon I got this one in me. Here we go, all the way towards the left-hand side, walking in. No one really there to defend him. He's calling for it. He wants it. Kritz has come out. Nothing connecting just yet. And he's actually getting disconnected from his heals. It's the Kritz scout right now. Voxy manages to get 1. Nothing else comes their way. They got this position towards this left-hand side. It is Tyram jumping in. He does take down Pickle, so that's going to be immediate fighting for side of NOOBPANZER, and they're doing it so well. Somehow Vanu's surviving and gets 2 more.
Puck.
Oh, God.
On the spy. As I think this marks dead time for real here.
I'm gonna be 100% real right now. This is... Is it happening?
There's stickies on the point. Surely React can right-click. There's a soldier sitting above it.
There is, yeah. I love how Puck just sees him and just goes, What? Oh, Tyram! Oh, dear. All right, there we go. We get a little bit of fun.
A bit of the spy RNG. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now Eon, 100% crits of his own here. Maybe they want a bit of a frag video. 5 minutes left, and we are just kind of in the realms of mathematical impossibility here in terms of coming back into this game. Ryan is falling. Voxy just building up the Uber charge now. Instead, it's a back cap coming out here from Kazi, as I think he's just in behind. Gets cleaned up by Junu in the end. The rest of his team sitting back, walking in onto second. They still have this 100% KritzKrieg that they have not felt the need to use. But in the meantime, Piggles has built up a nice little 100% Uber charge.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty significant right now. Obviously, you know, the second the Kritz gets used, he can use his own Uber and basically negate everything. Not on all of their players. Okay, it messes that up a little bit. Uber gets used, Kritz gets used. Yep, 3 times 0 is still 0, and now this is just going to be NOOBPANZER picking these players apart. They've got to be aware of potential little backup type situations. Junu hitting some nice shots there, but it's all going to be a little bit for nothing. Eon has survived, almost potentially disappointingly, because that means they're still stuck in the old KritzKrieg.
Such a momentum swing here for NOOBPANZER to come back in this game in such a dominant fashion that they have. Bagel, now in their minds, they can compartmentalize it.
Yes.
Say it was a fluke.
Yeah,
that they've still got it over this team. They don't have to be worried. They just play like they normally do. They seem to just come out on top. It's Triple P, yet to convert a single round, unable to find any sort of answer. Sitting around on the KritzKrieg now. Eon doesn't have it yet. But NOOBPANZER just standing strong on this medigun. The play is coming over onto grass, but still, once again, no pity rounds to be found quite yet.
No, it is actually going to be NOOBPANZER just perfectly happy to let Triple P get control of second. They can just play towards their own last. They are going to be getting a sentry gun going up. They do have, like you say, their own Uber, so shouldn't be too concerned. Kritz is getting used towards lower. That is a sentry gun.
It's a sentry gun and an Ubered soldier, and unfortunately, neither of them take crits damage. One takes none. The sentry gun doesn't care if you're critzed. Now, is 4 players up on the red second here. It's Pepis Pizza Party looking for some kind of aggression, but it is Voxy just looking to take this fight forward here. KN traded on immediately as well. One scout forced to be in lower. Have to watch for a little bit of a back cap. I know Vanu fancies it sometimes, but instead it's just the scouts coming in, cleaning up. Juno winning the 1v1. Voxy there to support his teammate.
Yeah, I feel like this game is going to keep on going. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. I will be honest, like you say, from a maths point of view, if I got my abacus out, I would say, yeah, this isn't going to happen. But we do still have a little bit more time, and I feel like, you know, it isn't unimportant, these dying few moments, because I feel like this is where each team can, you know, take a second. They're almost going to start talking about the next map. They're going to be starting to discuss, okay, what else can we possibly do? Because it is literally a guarantee right now that we will be going all the way onto Metalworks here. But at the same time, a sympathy round, just something, some little ray of sunshine on this cloudy day for Triple P might be all they need.
It could start with the massive yak crits. Sword on Bagel, looking this time to take it towards Shutter, but it is just a Cassie Pyro who's just in, does so much damage to Eon. The crit is forced out, and it is 2 kills. Actually, Gazzy, Ryan both falling. The crit is coming forwards onto Pickles, and he just manages to pop the Uber in time. Instead, now the soldier is bombing forwards, not able to find much. Vanu cleans up 1. Maybe there is just a pity round on the cards here as Pepis Pizza Party salvage something.
There we go, there we go. That's a round on the board. Officially not a roll. It's all good. It's all good on the side of Triple P. And now, in this moment, we get to enjoy a couple of little highlights. And our wonderful crowd, of course, everyone enjoying themselves here. I feel like the Spies today, they're not having a great deal of luck.
Not very successful. This is land. I think, yeah, I tend to agree. The RNG, to be completely honest, is what it feels like sometimes. Right?
Yes.
Randomly, you just get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. We're back on at the middle for the final time here in Snakewater. NOOBPANZER looking to take us to a map number 3.
Yeah, here we go, last little mid of the game. Ken jumping deep, so much damage! Oh my days, destroying some of these players. Gazzy is on the...
Backscatter. No,
not
it's
the
not. The other one.
backscatter.
It's the babyface
The Speedy
blaster.
Boy, that's it.
I know about TF2.
Team Fortress 2, there we go. Kritz is coming out on the scout. There we go. Voxy's getting it all for himself. He's walking in like, yep, mine. Yeah. Go on, do you reckon Junior can do it? I mean, he's been spotted.
He's going in. This is an Uber charge instead of a crit, and he has his pistol out. He's walking forwards here. We are just looking at the opponent. Unable to find many meat shots. It is just a clean 2-shot onto Voxy. And we have 2 Spies getting ready for map number 2.
He's got it. He's got it.
The nick of time.
Oh, what a clutch little ending right there. I was worried for a second.
NOOBPANZER firm in their stance. They do not want to go to bed early tonight. We could not.
God, no one does, apparently. No one does today.
Any other way. So we will be going on to Metalworks. I need production to tell me in my ears once again what's supposed to happen now.
I feel like it's good to know these things. I feel like it's good to know.
We have an analyst desk to take you guys through what we just watched, the first 2 maps. Get you ready, warmed up for map number 3. I'm going to send it over to them. Good luck, Lucky.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the analyst desk. What an amazing couple of games that we've just had. I'm joined by benpl and NotSteven, like I was before. Welcome back, gents. What did you make of those 2 games that we had overall? Then we'll go into a little bit more depth, but how did you find it, Ben?
That first game in particular was amazing to watch. From a viewer perspective, going all the way down to the wire, 3-2, double OT, and the double OT felt like it lasted for a whole minute as well. It was a real energetic one, but then Snakewater kind of a bit more lopsided, shall we say.
Yeah, I think I'd say the same. It was super back and forth, super fast-paced on Bagel there. Crazy, crazy match. And then Snakewater, as predicted, a little bit slower there. They tried to speed up a little bit, but not really able to on Pepis, ending to a bit of a disappointing scoreline for them. And there was a happy NOOBPANZER we just saw on the camera there, so yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And we do have a few minutes for the people in the arena, obviously, to go and the people that played to go get a drink, to sit down, to have a team talk, to talk about what happened in those games. And of course, everyone in the buildings go get a beer, and you at home maybe get a cup of tea. But if you would like to stick with us, we're going to talk about some of the games. But map number 1, very close, 3-2 Bagel. crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. We were like, you guys predicted it absolutely perfectly. I was like, nah, NOOBPANZER got this in the bag. Absolutely incorrect. You guys are the big brains here. Ben, talk us through a little bit about Bagel, why it was successful for Pepis Pizza Party in the first place.
Well, it was super, super close, but one thing, I want to start off first with the resistance that NOOBPANZER put up, because I actually thought, from the game earlier, I was saying I was blazing Teram and KN, and they had such joy on the flanks, and they were getting bombs onto Max so frequently. But I thought NOOBPANZER did a really, really good job of noticing the dangers that could be there, and they were always so passive and so invulnerable to these players. But by doing that, it just gave more space to Pepis Pizza Party, and eventually in the later rounds, the space was enough, and I think that came good.
Yeah, I think we still saw NOOBPANZER making some of those same mistakes in the first couple rounds. I think both medics died an incredible amount of times on the first 3 rounds or so, but then it started slowing down. There was some schmoves from both Piggles and Eon during that, and the medics kind of stayed alive, and the game changed a little bit how it was being played, because I think we did see soldiers on both sides becoming quite unleashed. The flank scouts were going absolutely crazy on that map. Gazzy was just finishing off every single bomb that either Puck or Ryan would send his way, right? And he was doing like an amazing job of finishing that. But yeah, as the game progressed, I think we saw them slowing down a bit, the soldiers doing a little bit less, becoming a bit more refined.
Yeah, and you could also see in the game how different it is, Bagel versus Product. It is something that's often talked about. Both King of the Hill, but play very differently in that you never end up with snipers. We saw Vanu go on Sniper, and I feel like Yak went, get off Sniper, because he ran out of spawn, ran back, and it changed off. And that was all we saw. Apart from that, no real off-classing, but I also think it just shows that Pepis Pizza Pie, they've got some back pocket strategies, maybe holding it in for map 3 potentially.
We were just delayed a little bit, server reservation stuff happening, so we did swap servers, but all the players are now on their respective servers. We are ready to get into it. This is the final map of the upper bracket finals. It was a very, very close Bagel, and then a very much not close Snakewater here for NOOBPANZER that has taken us on the way to Metalworks. And I'm going to be honest, eepily, the desk was unsure what's happening. I'm unsure what's happening. Do you feel any clarity?
No, I'm going to be real with you. This is... I feel like it's a situation where NOOBPANZER should be in the driver's seat. I just do not know if they are. I just honestly do not know if they are. They have the momentum. We have talked about that. You know, they have warmed up. They are feeling good. Also, I don't know if anyone's noticed, it's like past 11 at night here. So I feel like they're going to be pretty tired. I feel like, you know, there's going to be a lot of a little bit of brain fog going on. I genuinely just don't know. I have this horrible crushing feeling that this is going to go down to the actual just bottom line, end of the line. Literally, yeah. Honestly, if it ends up Golden Cap, I wouldn't be surprised.
We are loading in to this final map of the upper bracket final here between NOOBPANZER and Pepis Pizza Party, bringing us all the way to a map number 3. Snakewater was not close, but Bagel was. Vanu is wasting no time. The heavy coming out to middle already. Juno, early damage as the bomb comes across onto Joe. Early kill from KN, and now with the heavy up, Demo to support it, and this is NOOBPANZER running out of middle.
Think about it right now. Think about how that mid works, right? You get that early frag onto the Demo of all players, and then the second NOOBPANZER's in any situation where they want to try and counter frag, they realize you've got a heavy there, 450 standing there, ready to go. They know there's no way they can just bomb in, just like all in, try and commit. There's nothing they can do. They have no choice but to back up. And now, Triple B. They've won that first mid, and they're in that situation where it's oh so much easier to try and get something done from Valley top direction as well. I mean, even when they get forced back a little bit to the point, they're going to have like a full 450 heavy on mid. You know how hard it is to jump into that?
But my conundrum is, how do you ever push with a heavy? I guess you could put him into alleyway, but what does he do from this distance, right? His shots doesn't do much damage. It's so easy to spam him down as a demo man. Now, bombs are coming across, a counter, one Tiram straight in onto Piggles, who surfs the rocket nicely, but bonus spam comes in. He's 11. Eon only taking about 20, heavy doing its job as Gazzy does fall now. One apiece for either team, and the heavy managed to maneuver his way a little bit more forward. The bomb from the soldier coming in again, but that is a scout sitting on high ground. It's really difficult. Juno sneaking in onto Piggles. 2 clean shots, drops the medic, and now no one there to hold. He is cleaned up. but NOOBPANZER, they have to, I don't know if they can stay in or they have to go back. It's so difficult. They're opting to go back to their last, but it is 100% advantage here for the blue side.
It is the 100% advantage and a heavy able just to walk in onto last. Think about what that means. If they get one frag in as they push in, possibly deal with any kind of defensive off-class like this engineer in the form of Gazzy, and then what have they got in the post-fight? They have a 450 heavy who can just rain down so much damage and soak up so much damage from the enemy players. I actually kind of feel like this might be a round.
It's looking really dangerous here for NOOBPANZER. Uber straight in on it to Yak, finds a heavy, does shoot him down a little bit. There is a gun up, it has not been dealt with quite yet. It's a bit of a slow push coming in. The heavy doing its business. That's a soldier with a parachute bombing across, just falls. Eon is down as well because Vanu has been cleaned up finally. This is a wipe coming in. I don't think I have ever seen the parachute in a competitive game. It's one soldier trying to go in onto Yak and does not quite with the 1v1 does Ryan. Instead, Yak lives to see another day. The parachute tech.
I'm going to be real. Yak is...
He's in. He's trying to go in onto the point. He finds one sticky onto Joe. The pipe does not connect. Now it's a demo down here. This is not a good situation. Tiram trying to bomb in as well, but the aggression a little bit disjointed. One Juno is in, but it's a series of 1v1s.
Yeah,
and this is now 3 kills for NOOBPANZER.
Yeah, TF2 need to just like calm down and just breathe a second, because you do not want to feed into feed into feed. This is full Uber in the hands of NOOBPANZER. They have so many more players. Mid is going to be theirs, that's guaranteed. They can start looking towards second very, very quickly. Junior will just about get this spawn, I believe. No, I don't think they did quite get it, so here we go right now. This is a little bit of an opportunity. 90% now in the hands of Eon, so Ubers will be firmly in the hands just as we get here. So we're going to take a second. We do see the loose cannon in the hands of Joe, and I'm going to be honest, I kind of like it.
The bomb is in onto Eon! The rocket from Ryan steals away any hope of holding the second for Triple P now. They have to send in 2 players behind. We're finding Joe, but that is such a huge bomb. Ryan has not been to land before, but he's showing up so big on the biggest stage.
Absolutely, yeah, just managed to live for so long and hitting those rockets where it counts, but I do feel like that's definitely a bit of a blunder for Triple P. It was a great play from Ryan, but Triple P just shouldn't have let that happen. And now, yeah, this is just the exact opposite. We have seen basically a coast-to-coast NOOBPANZER. They're in such a good spot, and they're wasting no time at all, going all the way to this left-hand side. This time, they've spotted out the gun that was getting moved, so that's going to get destroyed basically instantly. Voxy wants to go all the way towards this medic, ensure that they have these heals, whereas the other team really does not. Heavy's gone down as now they're picking these players apart. One by one, this will surely go the way of NOOBPANZER, and they don't have to rush. Look at this patient, actual clinical gameplay. That is GR on that one. First round goes definitely for NOOBPANZER.
That was surgical at the end. Open heart surgery. Perform it on me, Voxy.
Hell yeah.
Fine. That bomb out of Tiram, so close. But it's just that series of aggression in Juno as well. Getting the kill onto... What is that? I have no idea. Like, I don't know what the thought behind that is.
I'm going to be real. I feel like, you know, maybe the parachute is like a really great idea if you're playing anything other than a heavy pushing last.
What does it do? Like, why, you don't even have the tech with the pyro that lets you float in the air anymore when you pull it out. Now, back onto middle, early soldier aggression on to the blue side. They're actually all stuffed in their house. It's a high bomb finally coming across here. To find some kind of a demo frag into early damage. Dealt across from either side. Gazzy, KN, the first to fall. Now demo onto the low ground. Has to back off for a little bit because the soldier on the high ground forcing to jump away as well. Ryan wants to go in behind, but just gets cleaned up by the pipes from Yak. The rockets from Puck cleans up Eon now. Does not find the scout, but is all he needs. Piggles doesn't have the players to stay in on mid, but he has an Uber charge when they come back up.
Yep, absolutely. So isn't the worst thing in the world for Triple P, but losing Eon does mean they will cap mid, but they will be surely losing that very quickly once this repush comes in from the side of NOOBPANZER. They do have a moment right now just to set up some little sticky traps, set up some kind of play here, even if it is just a case of spamming with these soldiers and that demo man, which in fairness, you know, if you get people coordinated and really get an early call, there's a lot you could do in terms of people trying to walk through these doorways, and I feel like Joe's aware of it. They're going to use all the way in. Nice little pipe there. Not quite getting the follow-up, though. Now, Uber's going to get used. Actually, They managed
Doesn't find anything.
No.
Now, Pepis Pizza Party looking to come
The
back
back
in.
cap.
There's a Tyram as well, trying to pull NOOBPANZER apart as they have to go back and deal with him. They realize there's no fight to happen on mid. Tyram eats an early rocket, easily cleaned up here by the red members, but that means that they are back off, and Triple P, they hold on to mid just fine.
No, I feel like that's actually a really, really good play right now. They managed to keep control of midpoint while also having a significant Uber advantage. Yeah.
Ryan super far in behind on the enemy second. It's going to take him a while to potentially spring any trap. He's just spawn camping. But this soldier, surely she's in through the grass as well. It's just a little bit of a 1v1 as both teams trade across. They're so low. The one player has a resupply, the other doesn't. Ryan!
Oh my God.
Peeks the wrong corner.
Oh, buddy.
Tyram just finds him. Now it's the second soldier bombing in. A lot of damage dealt across as GG is finding some shots sent across. Gazzy falls now. And I think it's coming a bit apart for NOOBPANZER having to back off of second here.
Yeah, they're taking so much damage and they leave through this choke point as well. They do have an Uber on the side of NOOBPANZER, so they can use it at any point if they do want, but it's actually a little bit scary. Stickies are actually going to get depth pretty early. They do have soldiers jumping all the way in. They're trying to do everything they can to try and get towards these players, but it's not quite enough. Eon got super weak there. Having to use right at the end would have been disastrous, but just about surviving.
Getting that kill, but it's Tyram in on the back up. I think he's uncontested. No one here. The heads-up play. There's one player, one scout scrambling, but he's just too fast for them. And now, Triple P responding. The crowd coming alive, and we're in for a long one.
Yes, we are. This just shows you how it works when you play against Triple P. You cannot take everything for granted. You better check every corner. You better expect every class, every medigun. You've just got to expect everything.
Heavy up once again to the side of Vanu here. It was quite successful on the first mid, but fortunately unable to aggress forwards once you win the mid, right? It's just too slow. I feel like still they're looking once again. Slow this down a little bit. Have the heavy do a lot of work. It also was that early kill onto the demo man that made them so successful. This time around, health not too good on this blue side. The early soldier bombs are coming forwards. Decent damage here onto Yak. He is quite low. Soldier on amazing high ground, and Yak does fall now. No demo man. The only damage here really is Vanu, who is just stuffed in house. Junu cleaned up as well, and we have to keep Eon alive here. You have to back out the heavy. Could do a good job, but he needs time to rev up. Building back on to second, and we're just taking mid for NOOBPANZER here, not aggressing any further.
I think Ryan just took a sandwich.
I think he did. That was nice of Vanu.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, we might be enemies in the game, but we can still be friends in real life.
Yep. I appreciate it. Now, even Ubers for both teams. Probably looking at a bit of a pressure into a sack play from NOOBPANZER. The heavy is still up, making the sack a bit hard, but it is an early soldier bomb here for Ryan. Backing off, however. Managing to escape with his life intact. This heavy is still up, and it is eyeing up people in lower here. On defense, this class is so much more effective when you can rely on them to come into you. Should do a very good job of denying Ryan here. He is just sitting, once again, bombing forwards, trying to see what he can do. Does get in behind, but he drops down dangerously low. Not sure if he can find much else.
No, you can see him getting hunted down. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get cleaned up. And he will with the command power of KN and Junu. So now, this is going to be NOOBPANZER backing up all the way towards mid, and Triple P might have a bit of an opportunity. It is really hard to try and get through these doorways, but I feel like they might have some little plan. We do have a lot of these NOOBPANZER players playing pretty far back, and Vanu is really he's just waddling.
He's waddling forwards and doing decent damage across. It's so much pressure here with this heavy shooting at you. Gazzy taken down already, and now this is a player falling. The Uber trade happening on point, but with this heavy just sitting on the high ground means the NOOBPANZER, they can't get in. They still do not have a response to this heavy, and so Pepis Pizza Party wrests control of this middle point now. Slight advantage here for Pickles, but they are backed off onto second. And we face ourselves with the same conundrum before. How do you push on Metalworks such large distances with a heavy?
I mean, I'm going to say in terms of last time, they did such a good job getting forward onto second. And I do genuinely think that last push could have been incredible with a heavy, but they just didn't deal with a gun early. I genuinely think it's as simple as that. They did not deal with that gun early, and that made things so much more difficult for the rest of the team. If they can find something similar, I'm not too concerned about that last push. I think a lot of it comes down to this second.
have to see if they can find anything. It's Puck with a very deep bomb. Lots of damage dealt onto Eon, who unfortunately cannot hold on to his life. Instead, he drops down. Now 2 heavy falling as well. One bomb comes across. Piggles jukes it for now. Is stuck up so high. Yak! With the sticky and Juno collapsing in as well. Has to pop the Zuba, but this is looking almost like a complete wipe here. For the side, Juno unable to hold on either. It's a disastrous play. You can see it for Pepis Pizza Party. The idea, they almost get in, but Puck just does them one better, one faster. Oh, the NOOBPANZER soldiers now. No advantage ultimately gained for either sides, besides the fact that NOOBPANZER are back on mid.
Yeah, but it's basically just a kind of mirrored little situation now. So maybe we're going to see Triple P kind of try and do the same thing in reverse. There's a lot of things you can do towards this alley kind of direction. And we do see NOOBPANZER, they want to keep things on going. 17 minutes left on the clock. It is exactly equal now. These teams are fighting hard.
Looking at pushing into second. Once again, sitting quite forward and aggressive here are NOOBPANZER, looking to pepper down spam, and the bombs are coming out. Health bars on the blue side, not really there, sitting towards shutters, and they're just getting peppered out of their second. The force is so strong, and Ryan, the bomb comes in, and it finds a kill onto the demo. The rest of the HP is not there, and Puck almost on his own. They're looking for these long-range rockets, and they just do force out Eon. Now to trade coming in onto last. The soldier unable to be flashed. It's a heavy up now, full HP, but there's just not many members here. The cap is coming out. NOOBPANZER pounce. Take a round.
That was brutal. You could see how much damage NOOBPANZER were doing. They were literally picking them apart. It took them a long time to secure those frags, but you can see just how much damage they were just laying down. And when you have players that weak, you have no choice but to back up, and you're all backing up together, and you basically, like, you just can't get healed quick enough. You literally can't.
Collapse so clean for NOOBPANZER. Going back onto the middle now. Advantage once again, no heavy this time for Vanu. Instead, all vanilla across the board. Early demo spam looking to go in the favor of Joe, as he does get so much damage into this house. Juno falling already, and now there's so much space just there to take for NOOBPANZER. 1 kill onto Gazzy is a decent start, but the HP on Tiram not there. KN cleaned up as well, and I think Pepis Pizza Party, they have to back off, and I don't think they can hold second either. The rocket from Puck is nice. Maybe unable to convert onto the scout. He just barely gets out. 12 HP, but NOOBPANZER have taken so much ground.
Yeah, absolutely. This second is going to be completely theirs right now. Triple P is going to be sitting there all the way towards last. Their Ubers just ticked over to 100%, and they are getting a little sentry up, so they are buying themselves just a little bit of calm. I say that as Ryan goes to jump in. He doesn't want to give them any breathing room, does he? So,
especially on a map like Metalworks. The earlier you can bomb in, the better. That sentry gun still a level 1. Does not hit you as fast nor as hard as a level 3. Eon sitting by bridge. Eats 1 direct rocket. Thankfully not a second. Does not have to pop.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary times there. Almost makes you wonder if they sent a double stack, whether they actually would have managed to get that, but no point playing that kind of game. You know, you can only go off what you actually managed to do. So there we go. Sentry has now been set up. Juno is playing sniper. Doesn't quite connect that shot though, so NOOBPANZER will be aware of that little defensive option. And I don't know how much it's really going to bother them, because right now they do have themselves a 1-round lead. And it does feel like they're very, very happy to keep on peeking, keep on trying to find some kind of opportunity here. But the question is, how are they going to get onto this gun, or at least distract it long enough to get someone in?
Looking to buff up their soldiers. Send in one for the distraction, the other one to shoot the shots that matter. Instead, early soldier bomb coming across this crossing. That first little checkpoint, the stickies shoot up one very high up into the sky, and the sentry gun just takes care of them both. Unable to find much as now Juno walks forwards. He knows he has an angle to peek, but there's a wall of glass between him and the medic. It's a hero shot should he want to take it. But those are stickies between him and his prize.
Yeah, right now he's going towards the shutter, and Gazzy finds him. Oh, not quite cleaning up, actually getting baited in. Here him getting that frag, does bust things open just a little bit more. Maybe they can go for a bit more of a peek. They have had to back up because of these heals. But it does kind of make you think, what is going through their heads right now? 3 minutes left on the round timer. It is not impossible to think that they're just going to plan on holding right now. They are not overly pressured. We still have a lot of time left in this game.
Gazzy choosing to come up on this sniper here. Try to see if he can cause some kind of chaos. Got a bit of bow as well.
Yeah.
Gazzy Not one for classic vanilla strats, instead choosing the bow instead. It provides a bit of a different kind of spam opportunity instead, as it can come out, do a lot of initial damage. First shot's not connecting. He's just going to keep coming through these shutters, and these arrows do so much damage should they hit. Unsuccessful so far. It's Ryan taking a bit of a trade on the flank. The heavy sentry gun is still just up for the side here of Triple P. Junu up on the AWP instead of the bow and arrow. I have to see which one comes out on top. Not willing to take the angle quite yet. There's a lot of stickies on the shutters, and they are dead, but they do not find a kill. Instead, Junu almost hits the body shot.
Yeah, almost. I feel like there is a real genuine idea behind this play. You can shoot so much quicker.
Oh, but Pickles! Junu finds the shot drop onto the enemy medic, and this spells disaster for NOOBPANZER. You can see them instantly walk back. They have nothing to contest anymore. Vanu, he has themselves crits again.
Of course he does. Of course he does. So they've got to be a little bit aware of that now. Really good damage onto Junu there. So actually, that's going to make things really difficult, especially because they have Vanu on the engine.
Did not work, unfortunately, that right-click effect for the Eureka? I don't remember what else it's called.
Yeah, Eureka effect.
Yeah, the Eureka effect is to teleport you back to spawn. It's a trade on the side. Gazi finding an arrow kill.
Not again, not again, not again!
Finds the second one.
You can't do this to them. This is brutal.
The medic has a crossbow as well, but he just has to pop the Uber now. Can Yak find much of anything? They do manage to find 2 kills. And it is a 3 for 3 here. But we do have a pause. There's a disconnect on the blue team.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Gazi with those arrows.
That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. I believe that is Junu who's managed to disconnect here, so... Ooh, does make you wonder what's happening. I'm just going to look over our stage to see we can see what's going on. All the players are still there. I believe they're just getting some kind of admin support right now, but that is some spooky times right now at the side of Triple P.
I love the mental game of bringing up the Huntsman instead of the sniper rifle. I know Gazi also very capable with that, should he choose.
No, like...
But the audacity to choose the Huntsman that I think most people in this room would consider the objectively worst weapon 99% of the time. But I think in this case it kind of makes sense as well, right? You have these choke points, you can just kind of sit there and spam arrows.
Oh, plus, like, if you think about it, it literally shoots quicker than the sniper rifle when you go in shutters, right? Like, you can kind of hold the arrow, and then the second the shutter opens, you can release the arrow, right? If you're sniping, you've got to stand there incredibly slow and then take the shot and then wait for yourself to reload and then start moving back. Doing this, you can basically jump through. As soon as the shutter opens, arrow goes, and you're effectively not really able to die to those stickies on shutter. Now, it is much less precise, but at the same time, I mean, you've got a vague idea of where they are. What if it hits?
All right, so now we are in NOOBPANZER. Should just be letting them retake a point here. As, this is a soldier walking forward. Building up an Uber charge. There we go. Oh. This is some good sportsmanship.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done.
Getting ready now is Pepis Pizza Party backing off and immediately giving the point back. So thank God for that. Now even Ubers on both sides.
Goodness.
Setting back up. We are indeed. Gazi coming back up on the sniper. Are we running back the same play? We're going to have to wait and see what happens when he presses 1.
Press the 1 button, buddy.
He's got the hammer out.
Don't play me like this. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's not... Surely this time. Unable to find a soldier this time around. Still spamming through the shutters. Demoman unfazed for now. Ryan wants to bomb in, finds a very clean angle here. Onto Eon, hits 1, 2 rockets there. Now Eon quite low, has to sit a bit far back. Thankfully for him, no further aggression coming out of NOOBPANZER as they are all the way back on second.
Okay, there we go.
Not going in.
No, absolutely not. They're not going to be doing anything too crazy right now. 10 minutes on the clock. We are going to be taking just a little moment here. Gazi really wants to find something here. Really wants to find something with Huntsman going for. Little peek. 120. Not quite a headshot though. Guess what? A little bit more.
Unable to find it. Junu back on the AWP as well. We saw this before. We've reversed the situation. Actually, just reverted the situation, the correct word. Now, Gazzy, to a bomb from Tiram there, falls a headshot onto Ryan. Trading across with Tiram basically instantly. This is 2 down for NOOBPANZER. They back off all the way onto second, and Juno fancying himself a bit of aggression here. Sees the rocket out of the soldier, wants a bit of a peek here. Getting very aggressive. This is a soldier that could spot him up instantly, and that is a dead sniper here. Puck ready and able to deal with that sniper. Now back into lobby we go. Want a pick to work with, and NOOBPANZER, we're looking to get a bit aggressive here.
Yep, that's great damage from Tiram going straight in and taking down Joe there. The demo man does get traded out, but dealing with that demo does open things up just a little bit more. Ryan jumps in once again. A little bit of damage. We see a scout going in as well, but ultimately the gun's still up and there's nothing they can do when they go in just that little tiny bit delayed.
I think now with the way that Pepis Pizza Party are playing this, you can see them starting to get into the lobby, but you have to keep your eyes on this round timer. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left on it before we just go back to middle. It's a soldier trade here. The Uber just comes in, and we're finding a dead Yak already now. It's a complete collapse for Pepis Pizza Party. The counter Uber coming out is finding 1 kill onto Puck. Scout is in lobby next to Eon, and unfortunately Juno unable to find those kills. Eon surfing so beautifully out onto last, but it's a red army coming forward onto the point, unable to hold on, and NOOBPANZER, they're up 3-1. They're not messing around. They want to go to the finals.
They do. They really do. That was, there's no nice way of saying it. That was a complete collapse on the side of Triple P. There we go. The only replay that matters. The good sportsmanship. But no, that was a complete collapse from Triple P. I don't know what they were talking about or what was happening there to have such poor coordination when they moved in. But you can see the Hills wasn't even with any of those 4 players there. I do not understand how that happened.
NOOBPANZER catching them with that pants down, wanting to take that trade in through shutters instead, and unfortunately, it's just 3 Uber players from the other side, controlling all of your flank, taking them down. Back on middle we go now, and it's early damage. Eon deleted, and the rest of his team shortly to follow here. There is nothing in. Onto Pickles, he survives with 30 HP. Vanu left alone on the point, his low health bars. But Voxy is just cleaning up here. 7 minutes left, and NOOBPANZER asserting dominance on mid. Uncontested.
No, absolutely uncontested. Literally from the very, very start there, it was all NOOBPANZER all the way. They did lose Joe there for just a second, but they're going to be spawning. It's not going to matter here at all. We are seeing KN on the spy.
It has to be.
It's got to be so quick though, doesn't it?
It has to be such a fast spy play, because this is a massive advantage here for NOOBPANZER. You can see already KN not really in the correct spot to accurately get to where he needs to be. Because these players, they're looking to move in already through shutters. He has to be so fast, but if he's too late, it's just Uven players already coming into his spawn now. Down a soldier, it's a low gun. KN does manage to find 1 kill onto a soldier, and actually so far, the aggression not really paying off, but
look at those pipes. That's actually disgusting. It almost opened things up a little bit more, but I don't think they're quite brave enough.
Backing off now, losing 2 of their soldiers means that Pepis Pizza Party hold on. But there's 6 minutes left on this clock. They can't sit back anymore. They have to get aggressive. They have a 50% advantage to work with. They're sitting back in lobby. They have to deal with these stickies as well. Soldier bombing in, delay them for as long as possible, get Piggles back, an Uber of his own. Maintain control, and they're doing it quite effectively for now. The spam, very strong. Gazzy in, enemy back line, but Tiram finds clean rockets onto him.
No, you are 100% right. There is no real stopping they can afford to do here, but it's just NOOBPANZER doesn't make it easy at all. Every single opportunity they want to try and find, NOOBPANZER's there. Even when they, maybe send 1 player in just a little bit early, it isn't quite enough. Ryan is bombing deep, will get cleaned up now. You do see some significant players down. Oh my God, Joe, these pipes. Look at that, he even gets Juno as well.
Disgusting pipe there at the end onto Juno. And it makes it so hard, because it feels like Pepis Pizza Party almost getting an advantage there they can do something with. But instead, we're just trading out again and again, and unable to push forward, stuck on their own last. The time slowly slipping away from them. Maybe flying a bit too close to the sun.
Yeah.
What do they do?
At this point, honestly, the responsibility, it is 100% on them to try and do things. I don't know whether they're going to look to try and do some kind of trade, which is so difficult to get a good trade when you basically have to use through that doorway. Or, it's like you don't have time to wait around for some, you know, some slow off class or something, you know? You need to find something to do. They do manage to force off this Uber. It is a good milk on the side of Eon. They have taken significantly more damage. There are players kind of everywhere, and you can see Junior can't really go forward. They still need to focus down these players on the backlines. And actually, somehow, NOOBPANZER's winning the 1v1s.
They're winning all the 1v1s. There's nothing to contest. You come at the king. You best not miss. They're #1 in Europe for a reason. And they take you down. You try to hit, you better hit hard.
Triple B, they just ain't hitting hard enough at all. This is the one last little opportunity. 4 minutes left on the clock for them to get 3 rounds, even just to bring this to a golden cap. It is all go all the time. Anything else, and you're just asking to lose.
Unbind S in console here for Triple P. You cannot stop going in if you want to stay in this upper bracket final. NOOBPANZER coming alive in these last 2 maps. They looked shaky on map #1, unable to find their strengths, losing the 1v1s time and time again, but now they're just coming out superior. The early soldier bombs are coming in. Early damage onto Junu. The collapse is good for now, but Yak falls and so does Eon. The cleanup comes forwards out of Gazzy and Boxy combining. And the soldiers, they can't find anything. Just KN left up on the mid, and I don't know if he has a response. Forced to go back, forced to go in, but for what? Onto a demo? You can't contest those scouts.
No, absolutely no way. I feel like you could see that. I mean, God love the little 360, but even he knew. It's too much to do. It's too much to do by yourself, and now 3 minutes left on the clock. You need a Piggles drop immediately. Literally, it needs to be right now. Maybe it's going to come in the form of this Vanu sniper. Even still, it would be so difficult. We have to see something. There's no standing around. You can't do it.
Forced to sit back on that last point.
Oh my God.
The sticky gun.
Are you kidding me right now?
Tags KN, but I don't think they notice it. Instead, the Uber just coming out, looking to end this in regulation time. It's a stab onto Puck, as Voxy now gets Ubered. Backstabbed again. It's a 2K for the Spy, and it looks to kind of shut down the push. 3K for the Spy coming out, and KN holding on to the point. Vanu full HP.
Yes, Vanu,
He's got the gloves up.
Vanu, go!
Looking to go in. Joe has the sword out.
Yes! There we go. Maybe they're not going to win these series, but I feel like they've won the heart of our crowd.
NOOBPANZER looking so strong. I think it's a statement game from then. Vanu having a bit of fun at the end.
Ooh.
Nice little bomb from Tiram as well.
Little tier 6 right there. There we go. All right, couple minutes left on the clock. This is effectively NOOBPANZER having punched their ticket to our grand finals tomorrow, but you know what? We can still see a little bit more. Ubers are out. Junior wants to get a couple more frags onto the board, wants to shop a little bit on the logs. Players aren't really with them, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. And Gazzy's been all sneaky boy.
Being a bit of a sneaky boy. There's 2 soldiers down for his team, so it's going to be a bit hard for him to go in. Has to cover a decent amount of ground as well, because they're pushing quite fast there. Triple P looking to go forwards as Gazzy still sits behind, but Junu is just going in onto Joe, but just hits the pipes. Ryan there as well with the rockets to support. Now it's a demo kill. Piggles, Boxy falling as well, looking for a pity round once again. The Bison is out. The pickaxe is out. Doesn't find the kill though. Just 2 up here, and they might not be able to hold on to the point. This is Gazzy walking in, trying, but can't find the shots. Instead, he falls, and I think Yak looking one final time. Hugo. I think I've seen this. There's like an old clip of that gun getting a kill, but now the headshot from GG.
Hey.
Joe swaps to sniper. It's a pity round in, but the time's running out.
Yeah, I feel like time is running out both in the server and on these players' nights. I'm gonna be real. It is a late old night for them, and there we go. A couple of frags right towards the end. 30 seconds left. We will maybe get one more mid just for the vibes. And what kooky classes can we get? A lot actually. Anyone surprised? No.
Do you guys like Highlander?
Dude, I'd love.
That's a good reaction from a crowd. I like you guys. You're nice.
Oh my God, there we go. Right, sorry.
It's got 12 seconds, Vanu.
Oh.
10 seconds to find a kill. He goes in.
Pipe.
Nice little pipe there.
The reflect kill, the jetpack, the Spy. Oh, you've got to love it. You've got to love it. There we go. That is a GG right there. NOOBPANZER making it all work when it counts and punching their ticket. Going to be seeing you in the grand finals tomorrow.
Dominant display towards the end.